It's time to get rid of the rotten wood and embrace raised metal beds. All right, so this is the Vivega garden that was shipped to us, and this is the box that it comes in. Nice, small, compact. Let's open this up, see what's inside, and start putting this together. All right, so there's how it's packed. It's got a nice manual in here. Everything's color photos. That's real nice. Nice quality manual. This must be the nuts and bolts. And a little wrench to put it together with. On this side, we got the guard that goes across the top to keep anybody from injuring themselves on any sharp edges. Look how beautiful this is. Nice green color. I really love the color. It's got 4 of those. And then here's the panels. So there's 6 panels. And we have the rods that keep it from bowing out in the center. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting this together. So it comes with all the instructions for all the different configurations and all the different beds that they sell. So that's real neat. You can kind of look ahead if you're planning your garden and kind of get your head wrapped around about what it's going to take. Comes with a protective film that I've got to take off.
Why?
Because it says in step 1, remove protective film. So it comes with this nice protective film to keep everything from getting scratched during shipping. All right, so we got all the film off. We're going to go ahead and start putting in the screws that hold it all together. We put a screw on one side, then a washer and the nut on the back side. And then we're going to use the wrench that they provided and just a regular Phillips head screwdriver. Before you put your raised metal beds down on the ground, you can put them straight onto the dirt, fill them up and garden in them right away, no problem. One of the things I've learned is that the surrounding trees that I have, the roots like to come up into the raised beds. So we always put down a weed blocking fabric and then put the raised metal beds on top of that, and it'll help keep those roots out of there. One additional thing, if you live in an area where you have a problem with moles or voles, you can put down a metal mesh hardware cloth, and that'll help keep the moles and varmints from tunneling under and coming up into your beds also. One of the things that I like about the raised metal beds is they're a lot lighter to deal with than these heavy wooden frames. All right, now I'm gonna go get a load of compost. Let's talk about filling your raised beds. When we built our barn over here, we had to clear off some land. So when we pushed up all those roots, we pushed them into a pile and burned all the brush. And then everything that was left over got piled up here. And so we've got limbs in here, roots, there's charcoal from when we burned the branches. So we're going to use this as a filler that goes into the very bottom. So in this pile is lots of charcoal. Now charcoal, when it becomes inoculated with microbial bacteria and funguses, it becomes a dwelling house of minerals, and your roots will tap into that and they'll have an endless supply of minerals to draw from. Charcoal doesn't break down. It takes thousands of years for this to break down into nothing. So this will be a battery of nutrients for a long, long time. Some of the other things that you could put into the bottom of your bins is chunks of old wood. You could pile that in there and that will break down over time. The good thing about this is it's loaded with minerals and it retains a lot of moisture. So when this breaks down and roots get into that, they're tapping into years and years supply of nutrients. So that's a good filler also. The city of Pensacola has a composting program. We went down there and bought 2 yards of this nice, dark, rich compost. And this is the main thing we're gonna be putting in that compost bin today. The benefit is to this is it's already broken down. So as all those roots and stuff break down, the soil's gonna tend to sink. When you put something in there that's fully composted, you're gonna have a lot less sinkage as the dirt settles. So this is going to be a big filler for us. Right here is some clay. This is the sandy clay that we use for the foundation of our barn. You could put some of that into the bottom few inches. It makes a decent filler, but it's not going to be mineral rich like some of these other things are. So we're going to go with this. So I've got about a half a load topsoil and about a half a load of compost. We're just going to layer all this in here so we don't have just one solid layer of topsoil and then one huge layer of compost. All right, we got our beds all filled out with a combination of topsoil and compost in here, and made a really good filler. Looks good. That compost is going to provide a lot of nutrients for our plants. One of the things I want to do is finish this out with a nice potting soil right on top. Now you don't have to finish yours out with potting soil, but potting soil is going to help suppress any weed seeds that might be in that garden soil. It's nice and sterile, and if you add just a couple inches to it, it'll help keep those weed seeds from germinating and coming up. All right, so Michelle went to our local farm supply store and picked up some starter plants to plant into it. So she picked up, I believe this is a parsley. Nope, that's cilantro. So we're gonna put a cilantro in. A purple basil, nice, beautiful. And we're gonna alternate these in different patterns. There's a German thyme. Let's put that one on this end so it can kind of spill over that edge. That's the south side, so when the sun comes up here and it tracks this way, that'll be trailing over towards the sun. Got a rosemary, that's going to get nice and big, so let's actually put him on this back corner here. Put the basil right in here, and then she also chose some Swiss chard, which is nice and beautiful whenever they get going. Got all those different colors in there. We're going to mix in some of her favorite, which is just some spinach. So we've got just a few of the big ones that are in pots, but we've got 12 of these. So let's go ahead and plug these in first. Let's throw in some color. Look at the roots on that. Isn't that amazing? So you can see how quick it was to put together those beds, fill it with potting soil or dirt or some type of filler, and then put in some plants. This is something you guys can easily do at home if you just have a little small backyard area. And these beds fit in a nice little tucked away type of area. Go ahead on over to their website, Vigega, and we'll have a link down in the description, and you can follow over to their website and check them out. And go ahead and order a couple of these beds. And if you like gardening, or if you're thinking about getting into gardening, I think this is a absolutely wonderful way to do it that is not overly tasking. It's nice and aesthetic. It looks good in your backyard, and you can grow a ton of vegetables for your family. So go ahead and click on the link below and head over to their website and go ahead and place an order for whatever different design of raised bed. They have different heights, different layouts, and we're going to be doing some different ones in this bed also, adding in some circular bed and a key garden where you're standing up in the garden and it kind of surrounds you. So I think that's really neat. But go ahead and click the link below, head over to their website and check them out. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, hit this share button. If this is your first time watching, we invite you to subscribe and follow us along. Remember, keep building, keep growing, and always keep adventuring. And together, we're Flemington Famous. We'll see you next time.